On December 7th, which will be a year ago tomorrow, which is pretty crazy to think about, I woke up with extremely bad shoulder, neck, and back pain. The pain got so bad that I went out to my parents and I couldn't move my hands. Like I couldn't just move my arms, I couldn't lift them or anything. And so I went to the emergency room in Spirit Lake, and this was early in the morning. And after they couldn't figure out what was happening. So they sent me to Swivl, South Dakota at Vera McKinnon Hospital, Children's Hospital. And after every test you could think of, they did MRI, CAT scans, they did a ultrasound of my heart, everything you could think of. They saw that right here, where my spinal cord and my brain meet, there was a small spot on it, and it was a stroke. And the stroke was in such a critical spot that I lost all movement from the neck down, my arms, even my lungs. I just lost everything. I was just laying there on my back in the hospital. And doctors didn't believe that I would be able to walk again. They also didn't believe that I'd be able to talk or breathe on my own again without ventilation. And they thought that I would still have tubes in my throat to this day. And so what does this lead me to do? I'm just in a hospital, I'm just laying there, and I'm worrying about the future. They started seeing small improvements, like I would take one breath on my own, or I would move a finger, something. They started seeing improvements. But that didn't stop me from getting severe depression and anxiety. And I've had depression and anxiety in the past, but at this time in my life, it got extremely bad. In January, I had severe pneumonia when I was in the hospital. That started getting better. Everything started getting better. And I wasn't sick anymore. I just couldn't move. So they moved me to Madonna Rehabilitation Center in Lincoln, Nebraska. And when I was there, I did physical therapy, occupational therapy, recreational therapy, and speech therapy. And I was also doing school while I was there, and everything I was missing from mostly math from 8th grade. And then when I was there, they wanted to do an interview on me because they don't see many stories like mine, pediatric strokes, and normally strokes are in elderly people. So they wanted to interview me, and one of the questions was, what advice would you give to teenagers going through a difficult time like this? And I've never been that great at advice, but then I remembered when I was in Sioux Falls, I couldn't use my phone or anything, so I would always have the radio on, and I would always listen to the radio when I was laying there. And then I also remember that after a long, hard day at physical therapy and all this other stuff, I would come back to my room, I'd put my headphones on, and I would listen to music. So I thought about it, music really helped me through this time of my life, and it's helped me with anxiety and depression in the past, and it still helps me with that to this day. Now, I know not everybody likes the same things as I do. Not everybody's into music or likes doing musical stuff. And not everybody thinks that they have something that they're good at or something that they can do, but that is not true, because there is a whole world of opportunities that you haven't even tried yet. And there's always something for someone. And it can be sports, arts, pets, even playing video games and watching YouTube videos. But don't bury yourself in it and hide your emotions, because it's not good for anyone. According to Judith J. Wordman from Psychology Today, she was at a yoga class, and there was a lady who had a bunch of anxiety. She was really really worried about stuff. And during the class, she was really behind on all the movements that they did. She was a couple of poses behind. But the more she focused on it, that's when she really started to catch up and not think about her anxiety, and she would always be up with the movements. Now, in order to efficiently distract yourself, there is a couple things that you have to do. Like, it's not like you can go out and climb a mountain every day. So it has to be easy to do, and it not necessarily require another person being there to help you, like with that thing, because you're not always going to have them with you. It has to be convenient, like you can't go out and climb a mountain. And in conclusion, if you're ever feeling sad or anxious, go out and find your something.